Oh, hi guys, it's Sherry. I hope that you're having a wonderful day. Well, let's make something festive and fun. Stay tuned. Even though it's August, I'm going to keep the Christmas theme going. And you know why? Because I can. So, today's wonderful project is going to be this beautiful, beautiful Christmas box. And it is absolutely adorable. It is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4 by 4. And it has the bottom tucked in so it doesn't come out on the top. You can see it just by looking at it like that. And this box is perfect for gift giving, for selling at your craft fair table. Fill it with some goodies and sell it. Put some bath salts inside in a plastic baggie and sell it. Fill it with candies, sell it. It is multi-purpose. But you know what's even better? If you swap out the paper, it'll fit any season or any reason. Crafting is that simple. So let's get started on making this. So I am going to bring in a piece of paper that measures 12 by 6, and we are going to be scoring this every 2 3/4 of an inch. So we're going to score this at 2 3/4, at 5 1/2. I'm just going to slide it over because I always have problems with that. I don't have the newest scoreboard, so I have to make sure that I move it because my 5 1/2 score runs right up the middle and it takes you off grid. So we've got 2 3/4, 5 1/2, and then we're going to go 8 1/4, and then we will go to 11. And then we're going to turn it on the 6-inch side, and we're going to score this at 1. Rotate it to the other 6-inch side and score it at 1 on that end. And we'll put our scoreboard away for a moment because we won't need it again until we're ready to make the lid. So we are going to take this paper and fold and burnish our score marks. Okay, so now that our scores are folded and burnished, we're going to have 2 corner pieces that we'll need to get rid of. So all we're going to do is come back and cut and remove the square. And what we're doing is creating our glue tab. So we're simply going to cut and remove the square, just like that. And this is our glue tab. And then I have some chipboard pieces that measure 3 7/8 by 2 5/8. And all I'm going to do is place these down so that they fall right inside of my score marks. I don't want them on the score mark because I'll need to be able to fold the box. So I am going to just put this down with glue. And you can put it down with tape, but I'm just going to use glue. Sometimes you'll see me use glue when I do this, and sometimes you'll see me use tape. Today I'm using glue because it just happens to be handy. And then I'm just going to spread it out. And then I'll put my next piece down. And again, I'm making sure that I get this inside of my score marks. And the reason why I do this is because I like to reinforce my boxes. So I came up with this little cheater method to be able to reinforce the box without building the box the old-fashioned way. Alright, so I have got all of my inside reinforcement pieces down, and all I want to do at this point is come in with my glue, and I am going to fold my flaps down. So I'll just take this, and I'm going to stand it up just like this, and I'll get this stuck down. And this isn't something that you guys have to do if your box isn't going to be carrying any weight. You really don't have to do this step. But those of you who have been watching me for a while know that I love to reinforce my boxes because I like for them to have multi-uses. And the way that I intend to dress this one up, I certainly want it to be reinforced and not just be a box that you get, use, and then throw away. So I am going to come back and just remove a little bit of this piece here because I want to cut it at a slight angle. And this is my glue flap. So all I'm going to do is fold my box like this, get it nice and squared, and then I'm going to glue this down. So I am going to place my glue on this flap. And I'm going to make sure I give it some help. And I'll make sure that I give it a healthy dose of glue. And then I'm going to put it down. And now I can come back and just clean a little bit of that up. Just like that, I've got a nicely squared box. So now I need to make my lid. And to make the lid, I have decided that I wanted to go with this gorgeous 7x7 square of plaid. And I am going to score the 7x7 at 1 and at 2 on all 4 sides. Okay, so now we are going to fold and burnish our scores. And then once our scores are folded and burnished, we are going to come back and we are going to remove these corner pieces from all 4 sides. So we will have 4 corner pieces that we're going to remove, and all I'll do is I'll come in with my finger blade, cut down, and then remove it. And then I will come in here to release my tab, angle cut in, and then I can remove that. And I'll do the same thing over here. So I'm just cutting straight down, then I'll angle cut, and remove that tab. And I'll do this on the other side and be right back. Alright, so we have got our lid cut out and our tabs are ready to be glued to form our box. So all I'm going to do is take some glue, put it on my tab, bring it up, and then I'll come back with my bone folder, get that tab stuck down. Now I'm going to do this on all 4 sides. So let's make sure that our edges are nice and flush when we do it. Come in with our bone folder, get everything nice, tight, and neat. Alright guys, so once we have our box together, we're going to have these top flaps. And all I'm going to do is take some glue, place it on all 4 of these, and then I'll fold them in to just give my lid a little bit of reinforcement. So I'll fold it in just like that. Come back with my bone folder, and you can see how that looks. Not only does it give your lid some reinforcement, but it finishes off your lid beautifully. And when you do this, please make sure you take your time to get it nice and crisp and that your paper is fully stuck down. And there we've got our lid, and let's take it and place it on our box. And that's gorgeous. That's absolutely gorgeous. So what I'm going to do on this one, because I really don't like the white core of this paper showing through, I am going to come along my edges and just dirty that up a little bit with my handy gold ink pad. And you can use any color on this. I'm just using gold because I like the way that it dirties colored paper like this. And now you can see just how much more neater that looks. So we're going to go ahead and make the bottom to this, and then we're going to get to do some decorating. So to make the bottom, I am using a piece of paper that measures 6 3/4 by 6 3/4, and I am going to score this at 1 and at 2 on all 4. And then I'll come back and do what you saw me do on the lid, which is fold and burnish my scores. All right, so now that we've got it folded, we're going to do the same thing. We have corner pieces on all 4 that we need to get rid of. So I'll just come back with my finger blade, and I am going to just cut down this way, and then I'll cut this, and then I'll angle cut in just like that, and I'll do the same thing over here. And I'll do the other side, and guys, I'll be right back. Okay, so we've got all of our tabs cut, and let's put this wonderful little bottom together. Same way we did the other one. We're simply going to glue up our tabs and put our box together. And then once we have our box put together, we're going to go ahead and just glue up these 4 flaps just like we did on the lid and fold them in. Okay. And then I'm going to take a piece of chipboard that measures 2 5/8 by 2 5/8 and just line the bottom of my box, because I'm not sure what I'll be putting in here yet, but I want it to be sturdy enough on the bottom to carry weight if I want to put something of substance in this box. So I'm going to put that in there just like that, and then I'll come back with my bone folder. Let me get that stuck down really well. Okay guys, so our base is done, and what I want to do is I want to take it and test it, and it's going to be a very tight fit, and that's exactly what I want. I want it to go down on the inside, and then once I have my glue on it, I'll smooth everything out. So I'm going to pull it back out, and I am going to place glue around this whole box, and I'm even going to place it on the corners because I want to make sure that those stay stuck down as well and don't pull apart. So I'm just going to give it a very good gluing. Just like this. Okay, so then once I've got my glue all over this, I'm going to bring in my paper towel because it's about to get messy. I'm going to take my lid off, and then I'm just going to take this, and I have to make it go down inside of my box. So this is where my hands are going to get nasty and gluey, but that's okay. So once I have it like this, I'm going to just come back and clean my hands up just a little bit, and then I'm going to press this in as far as I want it to go. And I think that's good enough for me. So I'm going to come back right now and clean up some of my excess glue, and then I'll set this down, and I'm going to come in on the inside and just smooth out all 4 of my side pieces here and just get this worked in very well. making sure that I take the tip of my bone folder and I get into my corners because I want everything finished off nicely. I'm going to come back in and see if I can wipe up some of my excess glue. It's going to dry clear, so I'm not really worried about it, but I just wanted to get up some of that excess. And just like that, you can see that I've got a nicely finished box, and once that glue dries, everything is just absolutely perfect. So I'm going to put my lid back on, and now we get the fun of decorating this box. So I'm going to take this red strip, and I am going to just place it down and wrap it around the entirety of the box. But I'm going to start from the back side, and I am simply going to use glue to do this. And you can use tape. I'm using glue if you choose to do it this way. And then I'll bring this in, and I'm just going to try to get this centered in the middle. And then I'll bring it up and just start wrapping it around, just like this. And this is going to be the front of my box. So then I'll bring this side up and just wrap it around. Get it nice and neat, just like that. And then I'm going to come back with my bone folder and just make sure that everything is nice and stuck down. I do not want this coming up. And just like that, we have a pretty. So now we get to decorate this pretty. Okay, so then what I want to do is I want to take one of my little crocheted flowers, and I'm going to put just a little bit of glue on the back of this, and I'm going to stick it down right here on the top, just like that. And then I have these little crystal knobs that I want to put on top just to kind of finish this off. And guys, you do not have to have these knobs. You don't have to do this step. I am putting them down because I think they just add some pretty and charm to my little box, but it's certainly not something that you have to have to complete your project. So this is how it's going to look when it's on. So then I'm going to take this beautiful red ribbon bow, put just a little glue on the back, and I am going to place that right here where I connected my two pieces of paper together. Finish that off very nicely. And then I'm going to come back again with one of my little reindeer, and I'm just going to put him on here because he is cute. So I'm going to take my glue and just place him down right here. And there we have it. We have an adorable, functional box. You can use this box for any occasion, any season, any reason, guys. Just swap out the paper. You can make it more feminine. You can make it more masculine. You certainly don't have to embellish it in the way that I did. You can make this anything that you want it to be. Christmas, Easter, Halloween, Thanksgiving, whatever it is you want it to be. For me, it's Christmas, but for you, it can be anything that you want it to be. So I hope that you guys have liked this project, and if you have, please hit the like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join my online crafting family. You guys have a great day, happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.